Hi, this is Irina Shea, and this is part of our Wealth and Wisdom series. Today, we're going to talk about what if my beneficiary dies before me? So, I am going to share my screen with some thoughts. Okay, first of all, at a very basic level, what is a beneficiary? When you create an estate plan, your will or your revocable living trust leaves assets to beneficiaries. Also, if it's IRA or life insurance, you have named or designated beneficiaries. Okay. So sometimes a beneficiary, particularly if they're same age or older, could predecease you. It's called predeceasing, predeceased beneficiary. So how do you handle that? Well, first thing you have is a sequence of beneficiaries. Okay. So it's usually, right, spouse, then adult children, then grandchildren. So you have a long chain of beneficiaries, extraordinarily unlikely to ever run out. You also have a remote clause, which is if everyone dies in the plane crash, God forbid, where does it all go? This is usually siblings, nieces, nephews. And for solo seniors, this could also be charities, and that's a hard backstop. Um, if you have really, really, really no beneficiaries, you're looking at the last stop, which is intestacy, um, heirs at law under state law. And we have a whole nother video on this, but every state has a statute that says if there are no living beneficiaries, where does the money go? And you could even get into the situation of an heir search. So if there's truly a solo senior and there's no living family in this country and they might be abroad, et cetera, you have to hire like an heirs search firm. This is very, 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 very unlikely. Um, Most people in their estate plans have designated beneficiaries. So I will say it is important to review and refresh your estate plan and your IRA, 401k beneficiaries every couple of years and just make sure, hey, if somebody passed away, um, make sure that you have refreshed with your new preferred beneficiaries throughout. Um, And also know that in estate plans, we use terms like per stirpes to say if a person not living to their children, basically, or we use terms like pro rata, which means person not living um, their share to the rest of the list. So let's just pretend it's a list of childless friends. If one person's not living, it goes pro rata, their percentage goes to the other people on the list. That's fine. If they do have children and you know them, you can go per stirpes. So basically, think of estate planning as a giant formula for distribution of assets when you die. It's really important to do this thoughtfully and intentionally. This is what we do in our office. This is estate planning. And it's up to you. You get to say where your assets go after you're gone. So, estate planning is very important. And we welcome you to learn more at our website at irinashea.com. You can click the Get Started tab, and there is no charge for our initial consultations. Thanks.